Stop trying to work faster by doing more at once. Instead, what if I told you that working slower could actually speed things up? I bet you wouldn't believe me, right? Starting out your business is no easy task, especially if you have to do everything by yourself. There's just so much that needs to get done and so little time to do it, and you're only one person. So what do? The first thing we try to do is multitask, because we have this idea in our mind that if we do more in the time that we have, we're going to be more productive, right? Actually, that's not the case. Researchers have found that multitasking actually makes you 40% slower in your work. Take a minute to absorb that. 40% slower. So this means when you try to multitask, you're actually taking longer to finish that important task, that project. When we try to do everything all at once, it leaves us feeling more stressed out, overwhelmed, burnt out, and we're more likely to drop our goals. We're more likely to give up on that business that we've dreamed about for so long because we just feel so completely overwhelmed. Think of the last time you tried to pile your day up and do everything on your to-do list. How did you feel the next day? Pretty exhausted, right? So does this mean that it's game over for you before you even see any of the fruits of your labor? I'm not going to let you give up that easily. If multitasking isn't the answer, then what is? The trick here is to have a strategy when it comes to your work. The real trick to staying on top of your game is knowing which of your tasks are priority tasks and which are urgent tasks, and then having a strategy for dealing with your urgent tasks so that they don't get in the way of your priority tasks. What is the difference between your priority tasks and your urgent tasks? I like to think of priority tasks as tasks that help me achieve my goals. What are the big picture tasks, the big picture projects that I need to do that would help me achieve my goals? So once you know what your priority tasks are and what you're working towards, you need to set aside time to do that. Time to work on that project, time to work on that goal, and don't allow anyone or anything to distract you. Give yourself permission to focus on those goals. Sometimes we feel that we have so many roles in life and we need to get to everything, and everything is important and everyone is important to us, but you are also important to yourself, and you need to learn to acknowledge that. Acknowledge that you and your goals are important to your life, and then give yourself permission to focus 100% on your goals in the time that you give yourself to focus on your goals. So, how do you start working slower to work faster? The answer is actually surprisingly simple. All you need to do is focus 100% on the task at hand. Stop trying to work faster by doing more at once. Instead, slim down your to-do list. Focus on 1 or 2 things at a time in your day. This will actually help you get your work done faster and to a higher quality than if you were distracted by a whole lot of things on your to-do list. Urgent tasks tend to be time sensitive, but they don't relate to our goals. But they are essential to life, so you have to have strategies to deal with them. So what should you do about those urgent tasks that take up so much time? First thing I like to do is delegate. So if you are lucky enough to have an employee under you, you can delegate some of your urgent tasks to them. The other thing you can do is find a freelancer if you don't have employees. So anything that usually gets in the way of your work, consider delegating. Next thing is I like to use an app. So find a software or an app that will also help you speed up certain processes that you need to get done. I like using Canva to set up all of my social media contents and all of those little things so that I don't have to work at it from scratch and do it the hard way. Find quicker ways of doing things. The third thing is ask family and friends for help. I know sometimes it can be really difficult to ask for help, but sometimes we actually really need to learn how to do that. And asking for help from family or friends can make a huge difference to your life if you're struggling to get everything done all at once. The last thing is find a hack. I am a huge fan of hacks. I mean, I don't think you understand. I have a hack for literally everything in my life. And it's not just that they're little fun ways of doing things, it's that they speed up the process. They just make life easier. When you're feeling overwhelmed, it's so easy to feel that every task that comes your way is both important and urgent. So that's why I came up with a little yes-no checklist that helps me figure out which is which and how much time to put to the task depending on the answers. So ask yourself questions like, is the task time sensitive? Do I need to focus to complete this task? Can it wait? Can it be outsourced? Do I really have to be the one to do it? And does this task help me reach my goal? This little checklist will help you get perspective on the tasks in your to-do list. It'll help you figure out which of those tasks are actually urgent and which of those tasks are actually priority tasks. The next step is to learn how to stop procrastinating so that you can actually get around to doing those tasks that you want to focus on.